County School Board to order with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, board members and members of the audience. First item on our agenda is the adoption of an agenda, and I need a motion to adopt.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion on the agenda? Hearing no discussion, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We now have an agenda. The next item on the agenda is a public hearing on the superintendent's proposed budget. And as this is a public hearing, there's a couple of simple rules. There is no time limit on public hearing for those who will be speaking at the podium. The only request that we have of this board is that you're respectful for those who may be speaking behind you, and you take the appropriate amount of time to speak, but we do not have a time limit. We also would ask that you limit your comments to the proposed budget. That is what this public hearing is about. It is about the proposed budget that was published last week, and that you limit your comments strictly to that. We do have a number of people who have signed up. I will call those names out. At this time, we have 5 people who have signed up. After those 5 people have had an opportunity to speak, I will then open it up to the audience for those who would like to come to the podium and speak but have yet to sign up. And with that, we will begin. The first person who has signed up is Holly McFaul. If you will please step to the mic, state your name and address.
Hi, good evening. I'm Holly McFaul. I'm a parent of a Margaret Beeks elementary child, and I am the vice president of our PTO. Our address is 408 Dutton Drive, Blacksburg. I was coming here tonight to talk about recent headlines concerning Margaret Beeks and realized that it was about the budget. So I will be returning next week to talk about that, but I realized that some of the issues that I have can be completed with a budget. So I'd like to talk about my concerns and add to the budget. The recent headlines involving our lunchroom at Margaret Beeks, the headlines that are still not addressed, can be solved with a line item budget that I'd like to see implemented. This is a needs-based budget, and I see the need for staffing changes. I think we need lunchroom aides back on our budget. Currently, we are begging parents to come monitor our lunch periods just to have more sets of eyes on what's happening. Parents that could be volunteering in our classrooms. Parents who want to be doing other things in our school and don't want to be doing lunchtime monitoring. The hiring of lunch aides can directly impact the following situations that are occurring in our elementary school. Predators in our lunchroom. Children with IEPs getting no assistance in opening their lunches. Milks. Students whose lunches are continuously being stolen. And bullying. All of these incidences directly affect people in my family. I know these are happening. It takes an extra set of eyes to keep our children safe, which I think is a very big priority for our Montgomery County schools, keeping our children safe. Again, I would like to stress that I would like to see lunchroom aides added back into our proposed budget in the staffing changes. Thank you.
Thank you. The next person signed up is Kelly Pleasant.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kelly Pleasant, and I live at 2737 Old Fort Road in Blacksburg. I'm a 4th grade teacher at Gilbert Incus Elementary School and president of the Montgomery County Education Association. I thank you for your past support in times of dwindling state support and increased budgetary pressure. I was one of 9 employees that were sent yesterday and spent the day in Richmond lobbying for public education. The climate there has changed markedly this year, and I am cautiously optimistic that will bode well for future financing, support, and respect for Virginia's public schools and the people who work in them. I appreciate that you have presented this needs-based budget for the 2014-15 school year. The needs in our schools and of your employees are many. We need more guidance counselors and social workers to support teachers and help the students who come to us with increasingly complex and difficult psychological and social problems. We need enough supplies to do our jobs. We need safe buildings and buses. We need a salary adjustment that doesn't decrease our take-home pay. We need to maintain our fully paid single subscriber health insurance. We need enough people to staff schools at an optimal level to facilitate student learning and achievement. We need adequate time in our school day to plan and collaborate with our colleagues about students and curriculum. We all need enough sick days to take care of ourselves when our students spread the bug of the month. We need to devise and enact a plan to align our salary scales with our valuable years of experience. We need salaries that enable us to pay back our student loans from earning degrees that are required for our jobs as professionals. We need you and the public to understand that educating is a full-time job with unpaid overtime. It is not in the best interest of our students to have educators encumbered by second and third jobs in their evening hours. We need small class sizes or small enough class sizes to make a difference for every child that is trusted to us. We can teach without devices. Please don't make us teach without time and our colleagues' support. Do not cut additional positions or benefits to fund our part of the eBackpack initiative. Thank you for your commitment and for giving me the opportunity to speak with you this evening, and drive safely.
Thank you. The next person signed up is Bobbie Jones.
Good evening. I'm Bobbie Jones. I live at 996 Coal Hollow Road, Christiansburg, Virginia. I'm Vice President of the Montgomery County Education Association, but here tonight I'm here to speak as an individual. Last week I spoke to several items that's very important to me and my coworkers. Salary, number one. Like I said, it's difficult when I go back to my custodians and saying, you're getting a raise. And then when they get their paycheck after the raise is kicked in and it's less than what it was before. Times were tough before they even got the raise. And I was told today, I asked them, I said, is there anything you want to say? They said, if we get a raise like last time, just tell them not to bother. We're happy with the money we've got. We don't want money taken away. And I think that's sad. Also, one thing that everybody is appreciative of is the single subscriber insurance, fully paid. With times as tight as they are, and everybody's belt's getting tighter, budget-wise, it's just really difficult. I just don't see how some of them will make it if they have to pay a part of their insurance other than what their deductible is already. Many of them are having difficulties with the insurance paying for their prescriptions that's needed on a daily basis. Also, the insurance is a very attractive incentive to keep the good employees that we do have, and also to entice future employees that are very qualified. I think that makes a huge difference. But also, we do need funds to be maintained for our equipment and supplies, like I said before. Our equipment does wear out, just like the school buses, like I said last week. But I just really do not envy any of you with these difficult decisions that you have coming up. But I do appreciate everything you do consider when you make your decision. Thanks.
Thank you. The next person signed up is Tony Harold.
Hello, my name is Tony Harrell. I live at 1330 Chestnut Drive here in Christiansburg. I'm a school bus driver for the last 2.5 years. When I started, I was told that at the end of the second year, we would have the health or employee incentive program provided for us. And then it was pushed back to the third year. My concern is that it would be pushed back another year. And so I've been holding on and holding out for this incentive, and it's really needed. I really, really love my job. I love the people. and I don't want to have to go even think about going someplace else. So I'm hopeful that I know that 30-year employees are going to be mandated, I believe, for health insurance, and if the 20-year people are also going to be in the covered under health insurance, then I hope that there's money provided in the budget to continue with the initiative plan, because it would be sad to lose it. There's a lot of people that are really needing that to make ends meet. And we would have had more people here. We had a lot of people scheduled, bus drivers, but due to the weather, they weren't able to make it tonight. So I thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next person signed up is Daryl Incus.
Good evening. My name's Daryl Incus. I live at 2331 Pilot Road. I drive a school bus for Montgomery County, Bus 80, and love my job. I really enjoy it, and I've told many a person that I was expert on children until I drove a bus, and I found out I didn't know a lot about children, but I really do. I enjoy it, and we've heard through the last year that our bonus, the extra money we get after we're there 3 years, might be eliminated, or Obamacare. I really don't understand all of it, but I'm here tonight because I'd like to keep the bonus just straight up. I already have health insurance, and a lot of the bus drivers I've talked to, that's what they would just soon have the bonus. And I hope you keep having it. I think it sets a bad precedent if you remove something from some folks and then not from others. If you remove the same percentage from everybody, I wouldn't have any problem with that. But like I said, pay on the school bus is excellent. I'm thankful for that, and I thank y'all for that. Thank you for your service. But like I say, a lot of us, we'd like to keep the bonus. We really don't want to put toward health care or anything. I don't. But that's all I have to say tonight. Appreciate y'all's service. Lord bless y'all.
Thank you. That concludes those who have signed up in advance to speak. At this time, I will open it up to those in the audience. If you will step forward and state your name, address, and then you'll be allowed to speak.
My name is Pat Goldammer. I live at 120 Mateer Circle in Blacksburg. I'm here tonight because I know one of the line items that you guys are considering is the possibility of buying iPads for all incoming freshmen at Blacksburg High School. Personally, I would rather see that money go toward paying the teachers who might teach a 0 or an 8th period. I've also been informed that there's no money for those teachers to teach a 0 or 8th period. Therefore, it really does seem that, iPads are nice, but you take 150, 200 kids, multiply it by $400, that's at least one class that gets a teacher and not online. Thank you very much for your time. I'll take no more of it. Good day.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to address the board on the proposed budget? If so, please step forward and state your name and address.
My name is John Gill. I live at 2037 Huffville Road, Pilot. I think lots of times the school boards and schools in the Montgomery County, they want to try to consider us as like we were living in Arlington, Virginia. Their medium income is $127,000, and their average income is $57,500. Ours is only the medium income in our area is on $65,000 for a family, and $22,000 for the average pay. You're paying 100% for the for medical for the teachers and for a lot of other people who may not even be should have it, but the 100% I pay on Medicare. I only get 80%. I've got to pay 20%. I got a 1.5% raise this year, which doesn't hardly make up for the 20%. You want to raise the teachers' pay. You know, they always say that you want to have teachers' pay raised because we have excellent teachers. I'm sure we got some of them, but some of them I'm not real sure. When you want to give them a raise, we expect the grades to come on up, and we have Floyd County and places like Botetourt County. They have better grades than we do, and they're paying, you know, a fraction of the money that we are. We're paying 60% of our total revenue from real estate taxes and 19%. 80% comes from just us, from the people that live here. Not mostly the people that live over in Blacksburg. Those people are school kids. You know, they're not paying any money. So, you know, we're paying a lot. And maybe we should be looking at seeing how we can get some money from them. I did make a couple recommendations to one of the members of the board. Maybe we can get something done there. Also, the buses, I think we paid a lot for the buses in the last several years. Every year we come on up, we need buses. Maybe the buses are just too expensive. Maybe we should go ahead and hire them on out. I know that Roanoke and those kinds of places, they hire them on out. Maybe they should become part of the Blacksburg bus service. I'm sure that Blacksburg would be able to provide the buses that we need and make them available at the time. Also, schools shouldn't be allowed to be out on different, you got one school that lets out, has a teacher's work day. The rest of the schools have to be let out. I don't think that's right. We're losing a lot of time when children, they get 2 hours here and they count it as a full day. In the afternoon, they leave early, they count it as a full day. Teachers not working them days. We have, so they get a teacher's work day. That should be where the teacher's work day is. You know, she let, that we pay them for going home early. That's probably it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. If anyone else would like to address the board at this time, if you'll please step forward, state your name and address.
Good evening. My name is Rachel Beth Art. I live at 564 High Meadow Drive, Blacksburg. It's come to my attention recently that there is not enough money to pay teachers at Blacksburg High School, and that many of them volunteered this past year in order to cover the classes that the children required in order to graduate and to fulfill their college applications. I see this as a serious problem, and at the moment it seems like the only way that they're going to solve it is cut back on the amount of classes that the students are going to take. I don't know how that will work in keeping the academic standards up that I believe that we all want the kids in the county to have. I don't know the solution to this. This is all new to me. So if you all can try and reevaluate where we might be able to hire the teachers we need to cover the classes that are required for the students. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the board at this time? If so, please step forward, state your name and address. This will conclude the end of the public hearing on the budget, if no one else wants to speak on the budget. Okay, seeing no one else that wants to step forward and speak on the budget, that agenda item is now closed. We thank each and every one of you for your time and your attendance and being willing to speak to the board this evening on the budget. And with that, that closes that agenda item, and we now close the public hearing. We move to our next agenda item, which is agenda prep for the next board meetings. And you see the upcoming board meetings, which is next week is February the 4th, in which we will approve a preliminary operating budget. We have some STEM Academy information. We will look at policy updates on sick leave, and we'll talk about the VSBA bullying prevention months and events and activities.
Excuse me, just for information, I will not be at the February 18th meeting.
Okay.
I won't be there either.
So we have two people missing for the February 18th meeting. Is there going to be anyone else? No. Okay. Anything else, board members? It's agenda prep. After that, the next item is a motion for adjournment.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Meeting's now adjourned.